Hello Virgo, welcome to Inner Divine Truth and welcome to your July 2021 reading. Your catalyst this month is resting and rejuvenating, making time for pause, making time to recover, making time for self-care. And the challenge is coming up as journey, which indicates moving on, transitioning from one life situation to another, physically relocating cities, homes. So let's look at what the tarot has to say. Now we're starting off the month in the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. This is your energy, very grounded. This is the card from working moms. So the Queen of Pentacles is really adept at handling, the domestic life, the children, the job. She has a very diligent balance. She's worked for years trying to achieve it. She has mastered the many aspects of her life and she balances everything out really well, and because she stays grounded. So this is the energy around you. This is the energy also supporting you this month. So it's time to really stay grounded. It's kind of like July comes as a very settled energy, yet the challenge is in journey, which is the transition. But my sense is that this is talking about a spiritual, emotional, soul level transitioning, because we do have the card of meditation here, resting and going within. And there it is, seeking that personal power. It's that pentacle, both of these figures have this light in their sacrum, in their lap. So are you harnessing your power this month? It's all about drawing in your power, not releasing it so much, bringing the energy within to recover. So recovery is the theme this month, because it will allow you to now journey forward in your situation. What you need to do is the King of Swords energy, what you need to harness. This is coming in as advice, okay? So the King of Swords is someone who has a cohesiveness to himself of the mind, soul, and his heart space. He's able to communicate really well his heart's desires, his wishes, his intentions. He doesn't dilly-dally, his communication is really to the point. He's also the writer, the poet. So expression of your own self is very important this month as you sit down to find your own truth, to meditate, to allow your light to sort of step forward and shine. It's now also a time to express that. Yes, the King of Swords is very good at expressing himself, and he says it as it is. There is no harshness to him. He is very, he has a little bit of a gentle energy to himself. The Queen of Swords, not so much. She's very direct and can be harsh sometimes. With the King of Swords, he is a bit more gentle. He is caring of other people's feelings, but he is also the master of truth and truth seeking, truth speaking. The sword upright is also his connection, to the divine, whereby he's able to receive messages coming in from his higher self, from his spiritual team, and communicate that again really well. And it's whatever the communication is, it's soulful, it's meaningful, it's direct, it's truthful, very honest. And that's the thing, honesty, truthfulness are other keywords coming up for you this month, as again you step into your power, your truth, your inner knowing. There is going to be some clarity, but you're being encouraged here to speak that truth, to really stand up for what you believe in and act on it. It's a leadership quality that's also coming through with the King of Swords. What you need to release, time to let go. We're nearing a full moon now, end of June, right? This is when the reading is happening. Eight of Swords talks about releasing, letting go, seeing the truth. It's another swords here, 8 swords here, and what you've been asked to do is be the master of the sword, our thoughts. Swords represents thoughts and words and how we communicate. And here you are being bogged down by, restricted by the thoughts, by words, by expression. So that's the release here. The advice is to let go, to release, to not be so afraid. This card also calls to be brave. It represents restriction. It represents hindrance, self-imposed prison. You don't need that anymore. That's the advice. Time to let go. All right. Let's clarify some of these. Okay, what's this Queen of Pentacles all about? Nine of Cups. The World. One more. No more. Okay, so that's just... Queen of Pentacles is clarified by Nine of Cups. It's a wish fulfillment for some of you, or maybe all of you. It's this desire to be free, liberated, to be self-sufficient, financially, emotionally, to really be grounded in your energy. Like you're seeking a sense of independence from something or someone, and you're nearing that. You know, we have the World card reversed, and it's nearing that. You know, what I'm also sensing is for some of you, there might be this need to travel, to move, to relocate, to seek opportunities elsewhere, because that journey and the World reversed, you know, that's coming up as a challenge. This you're feeling bogged down, bound down by your own negative thoughts and worries and anxieties, and you've been asked to release them, to let go, to sort of be a bit more free. Look at that energy, is so free and open, with an open heart space, and there's a sense of surrender to this energy. And what you're being asked to surrender is that whatever your situation is presenting, perhaps the answer lies in moving, physically removing yourself from a situation, going someplace else in search of better opportunities, better love, better life, better identity of self. So there is that journey and the World reverse, but the World reverse can also indicate a portal that's opening up, or but not yet, because it's reversed. So it's like another life coming to a brand new beginning for you, because the World talks about closures and endings, karmic cycles coming to an end. And when that end is successfully being pursued, when we take action to put things behind us, to end the cycles, to make peace with those cycles, and capture all the learnings and everything. Well, we're not quite there yet, Virgo. This is where you need to be. The World card is, coming full circle, having a complete understanding of the situation, reaching a place of wisdom even. And there is an element of success, elevation. And that's when this portal opens and we are able to transition to another dimension, another aspect of ourselves where we're able to live more fully. We might have to try some things that are new and step out of our box even. But unless we close this cycle, this old way of doing things, believing in things, seeing things, we can't quite step into the new you, the new me, right? It needs a level of understanding and confidence as well. And that's where you've been asked to, again, pull in all your power so that you're able to harness the strength within to really put a closure to a situation that is now coming to a conclusion, right? All right. And so, but what's coming past that, right? What's coming when this World card really does come a full circle is we have this wish fulfillment, this grounding energy. This is also abundance coming through, this woman feminine energy coming in very strongly. But we all have male and feminine energy within us. So just letting you know that it's more to do with feminine energy, not specifically women, but it's the feminine energy that is very pronounced this month, asking us to be a bit more gentle, a bit more caring, making time to rest. It's a yin sort of an energy, not the yang, go, 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 do, do, do energy. It's more to Gathering is the word that's coming up. Gather your energy, gather your resources, so you can come to a place where you're able to close old chapters, begin new. All right, let's look at this King of Swords. Yeah, one more card. Okay, now we have the King of Swords clarified by the Page of Cups. And we also have the Death card in reverse, but I'll talk about this next. First, I want to start about what this Page of Cups is telling us to do, along with the King of Swords. As mentioned, the King is encouraging us to speak up our truth. And that truth comes from a place of this heart space that's opening with the Page of Cups, being your own learner. Be the teacher, be the learner, be the parent, be the child. It's the King and the Page energy is talking about that interplay of relationships that we have with ourselves. So be your own teacher, be your own learner, parent, child. And what the introspection needed here is about what needs to be released, Virgo, because this guy is looking at the old self being sent off to the ethers, this old identity, old burdens, old fears, old values, old ways of doing things, old habits. The past no longer serving us. What is the truth of that? And it's almost like when you do this load shedding, you emerge in a much more younger energy, much more youthful energy, no matter your age. Whenever we go through this process of the Page of Cups, which is approaching ourselves with love, with compassion, because in traditional tarot, the Page of Cups is represented by a young man. Page is a messenger, so he's a messenger holding a cup, and out of the cup jumps a fish. So the energy here encourages us, one, to make an offer of love, an apology, of understanding, kind words being spoken to someone else, or we could be recipient of that. But also the fish jumping out of the cup is indicative of thinking outside the box, being creative, being intuitive as well, being curious, because he's kind of excited about this fish jumping out of the cup. So that curiosity of the self, playfulness with oneself, unpacking our emotions. You see, that's where the World card is going to come full circle for you. Understanding again of our emotional health, our mental health, and how this is enabling us to step forward in a new paradigm of ourselves. That's the challenge here, and that's what is being asked of you to do, is being very honest with oneself. King of Swords, being very expressive as well, whether you can write, journal, speak to friends, mentors, seek counseling even, and watching your old self, old burdens and fears just dissipate. So that's the energy. And because why is that happening? Because you are going through a cycle of death and rebirth, and it's not over yet. This corresponds with our World card, right? This ending that needs to take place, because this is what you're releasing, the bondage, the self-imposed prison, the murkiness, the not having clarity part. You're going through that. You need to have a release, a letting go of the past, stepping into your truth and the ability to speak that truth. So here we have the death and rebirth. This is the card for Pluto. Well, it's a card for Scorpio as well. And maybe for some of you, this whole thing might start to make sense as you enter Scorpio season, which would be end of October, beginning of November. So what is this death and rebirth bringing for you? What transformation are you being asked to undergo? What do you need to release? What do you need to shed? What is no longer working for you? There is that cutting down energy, really shedding, so that you can have the confidence to move on, right? Okay, further clarity on our Eight of Swords. Okay, so straight out of the bat, we have the Two of Cups. This situation of being restricted, held back, tied up, negative thinking, self-imposed prison. All these themes that are coming up with the Eight of Swords is to do with the Two of Cups energy. It could be a business partnership, a romantic relationship that is not nurturing, not caring, not working for some of you out there. It could also be, a partnership. Doesn't have to be, even a friendship as well can be toxic, and that toxicity is represented by this Eight of Swords, where it has drained you of your power. Being so much tied up with these little pieces of clothing, it's not really a strong, doesn't present as a strong bondage equipment, right? It's like it can easily be broken, but the submissiveness that's coming from this person, it could be that the bondage is from external people around, and it's possibly represented through this Two of Cups. And then we also have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. So this is the relationship. We're talking about the two people involved who are not in their element, who are not compatible, who are not even talking to each other. She's completely drowning in her emotions, and he's just, King of Pentacles reverse is the energy of someone who's very authoritative, is not inclusive in the way he makes decisions. He's very arrogant as well, so is not grounded again. So could be you, could be the other person, but there's that sense of feeling very emotional in the situation, very overwhelmed by what's going on, not feeling grounded. King of Pentacles can also be the energy for Virgo. It's the earth energy, so it's left you feeling not in your element, and yet what you're stepping into is the Queen of Pentacles. Again, the divine feminine sort of is coming in to support that journey, that process. And that feminine side is asking you for an exploration of your heart space and giving you the courage to speak up, right? So the cards have such a nice story here. It's very clear, not a nice story, but it's clear in terms of the advice, the guidance, what needs to be done. And also, like I said, if this is not a romantic relationship, it's just a kind of a partnership that is not functional. Both of these cards need to be upright for it to be a functional relationship, any friendship, business partnership, romantic relationship. So there is that toxic energy coming through from a sort of partnership, and it's time to sort of understand what that partnership is bringing, what needs to be released, what is the truth as well of that partnership, like what is being said here in this Two of Cups that is not the truth, that is not honest, that is not grounded in reality. Let's look at final messages, the Angel Answers deck for Virgo, July 2021. Again, recovery, Virgo. So please make time to rest and recover this month. Look at that. It's time to bring in your power, gather your resources. Ask help from others. Seek help. There's help around you. There's people around you willing to help, and then we have abundance. And yes, we do, because we have the Queen of Pentacles, and this is a very abundant energy. This is reminding me a bit of the Empress energy as well. Look at the abundance of the plants around her, and she's so content with what she has. And that abundance is the joyfulness, abundance in wealth, health, relationships, joy. All right, Virgo, I wish you all the very best this month, and I'll see you next month. Take care. Bye.